Hi everyone, this is Jeanette with Mountain Misters. Today we're going to be working on this card right here. It is using 3 different stamp sets, and the stamp sets that we're going to be using are Country Livin, and we're going to be featuring the boots, Flourishing phrases, and we're going to be using this beautiful, beautiful flourish. And then from Marquee messages, we're going to use the sentiment awesome. And again, this is the card. But this time we're going to be doing it in a pink version. So I have a piece of pink pirouette that's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored in half. And then I have a piece of chocolate chip, and this is 2.5 by the 5.5, and we're going to emboss on this. Let me find a background paper really quick that we can stamp on. And so what we're going to do is put this here, and then we're going to get the flourishing, the flourish from that stamp set, and we'll go ahead and we'll ink it up with Versamark, and then we'll, before I forget, let's use our embossing buddy so we can prevent powder from sticking where we don't want it to, because then it'll make a big mess. Okay, so then after we did that, now I've got this inked up, and we're just gonna we'll take the flourish right about like that, and we'll put it down, and then we'll ink up again, and we'll try and cover this as best as we can, and we'll bring it up this way this time. That's really pretty. And then we'll come and we'll get this little corner right here. Just get a little bit of it there. Just like that. And then we're going to sneak one in right here. And then I got the mark to my stamp pad right there. So we're going to have to be careful right there. And let's see what we come up with. I'm going to try and brush that away right here first. See if we can get that off of there. So hopefully maybe it won't stick. Okay, let's try it and see what happens. If not, I may have to start this video all over again. So we're just going to sprinkle on the embossing powder. Just sprinkle it everywhere. And I'm using the white embossing powder. Get some of that off in there. So far so good. And I'll come and I'll get the rest of this. Get this off into the little okay, that doesn't look too bad. And then we'll get the rest of this back in the little jar. Okay, put the cap back on it. And then you can see right here where I had that little oopsie. And there's a little oopsie right here. Let's fix these little corners right here first. Just add a little bit more embossing powder right here. Right here. There, that's better. Okay, and then I'm just going to take that brush back, and we're going to kind of take that off of there. And this is just an old aqua painter that I had. It's really old. We'll just brush that off of there. Let's see what happens. And then I've got my embossing gun, my Stampin' Up! Embossing gun. And let that heat up real quick for a few seconds. I'm still going to brush just a little bit more away right here. I'm going to tap it. Okay, now we'll see what we come up with. Hopefully you'll be able to see this change. It's really kind of amazing the way this happens. I really like it. It's the first time that I did embossing, I was like, wow, that is so cool. And I've loved doing it ever since. And I don't really do it that much, and I don't know why. Okay, and then I'm going to switch it because it does get hot. Get the rest of it over here. I hope you can see that changing. It really looks pretty. And we might try and sneak a little bit in this one little corner. Try and sneak a little flower in there, but I'm going to hit it with the embossing buddy again, and we'll get that, sorry, just going to get that corner just a little tiny bit, like that. Hey, perfect. And we'll bring in the powder again, and I missed a little spot, so when I go back and hit it, we'll get it. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay. You can see right here where I missed this little bit right here, so we'll go back and perfect. Now we got it. Okay. So now that the embossing is done, we're going to go ahead and we'll attach that to the bottom of this pink pirouette, just like that. You know what? There's still a little bit more here that we didn't get. My lighting in here is not that great sometimes, so I probably help if I turn on one of the lights. Now we got it. Okay, so now we're going to attach that, and I'm just going to use the glue gun that I have in hand right now. Okay, and then we'll bring that right down here, and we'll get it attached. I like the differences of the pastel looking colors on brown. I think it adds so much to the card when you do something like that, and it's just gorgeous. And so I wanted to show how using the chocolate chip looked on with the brown. It's amazing. Okay, gritty here from the embossing powder. And then I have this ribbon right here. And we're going to go ahead and we'll wrap it all the way around. This ribbon I think right now is on back order. It is the burlap ribbon. And I like this ribbon. I really do. Okay, we're going to bring it around. think I'll cut about this much off of it. Just like that. Then we're gonna bring it around. This will kind of help that hide that little oopsie that I have there. Oh, I think I might have cut it. Oh, I've cut it a little too short. Let me get another piece. Darn. Okay. So this time I cut it at probably 16 inches, 18 inches. Should be big enough this time. And we'll go ahead and we'll tie the, oh no, we better stamp first, sorry. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp the sentiment awesome. And I am actually going to stamp that in Melon Mambo, just to give it a little bit more variation on the pink. And so we'll ink that up. Cool. And then we will, this is from my bundle, my block container, from the box that holds all my blocks, and I'm going to use that under there just to give a little bit of cushion underneath the stamp. And there's the awesome. And if you hurry, you can actually emboss that with the clear embossing powder, which we're not going to do right now, but I'm going to go ahead and we'll let that dry real quickly. And while it's drying, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place today. I don't know what's the matter with me. Okay, this is about a 2, I think a 3, I cut it 3 inches by 3 inches, and then I used the largest embossed, the stitched plate, stitched die, to cut that out. And then I'm just gonna stamp my boots on there. Apparently I can't talk today either, sorry. And there's my boots. Boots, boots, boots. Aren't they pretty? I love boots. Okay, so we'll let that dry before we start messing with the watercolor pencils. And we'll go back to the card base again and our ribbon. The right ribbon, if I can find it. And we'll tie that on there. So, get this down here. We're just going to tie. Try and keep this as straight as I can under here. Just like that. And then I'll bring it down and we'll adjust where it goes in just a second. And I'm just going to tie a bow. Not even a bow, just a knot. Just like that. Tight it as tight as I can. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut the ends a little bit. Just like that. And then work with it to get it kind of flat. Like that. Okay. And then, actually I like it right there, so we're going to leave it like that. Okay, now we're going to come back in with our boots. And we'll go ahead and we'll start to color them. And because our card is blue, or pink, this time we're going to use pink for our boots. We're going to use the Melon Mambo and the Early Espresso markers on my colored pencils. And we'll go ahead and I'm going to use the Early Espresso first, and I'm going to bring that in here. And just color so we can go back and hit these with the blending pen. And then I'm going to hit that little buckle with the gray. And we'll bring down over here. Make sure my head's not in the way. Okay. A little dark in there. Okay, and then we're going to come in with the gray. And I'm just going to do around that little buckle. And I'm going to do under here with the shadow. Like that. Then I'm going to come in with my Malin Mambo and just kind of color. This first layer we want light, and then we'll come back in and we'll do some shading on it. Just like that. I like coloring with the markers. I like when you add the blender pen to it, the way it smooths it out and it looks really pretty. Which you'll see here in just 1 second. And my coloring in is by no means perfect. So we've got the blender pen here. I'm just going to bring in my scrap paper. I'm going to make sure it's clear. And we're going to start with the pink because it's the lightest color. We'll just color that in. Looks more purple now that you get it on here. It's funny. Okay, well, we'll still leave it like that. I'll smooth it all out. And that little bit right there. And since I have this one with the blender pen already, I'm going to go ahead and get that pencil back in again. And I'm going to pick up color straight from the pencil. And I'm going to put it where these shade marks are. Where these darker little marks are, to give it a little bit more shading. And I'm going to color this in a little bit darker because it's the inside of the boot right there. Just like that. And we'll come down here and we'll hit these little areas. Right here. Some more off the pencil. And right down in here. Get some more. And then I'm going to take along just these scribbly lines that are on the boots and just kind of follow them. So you know how everybody wears their cowboy boots and they get those creases in there from taking them off and on. So that's what we'll do. Okay, now I'm going to clean my pen again. We'll come back in and we'll hit the brown. Then I see where I missed a spot right here. When we finish up, we'll come back in and we'll touch that up. Okay, and I'll clear this off again and come back in and get this spot smoothed out right here. And I think I'm going to add just a little more here. And then I'm probably going to go back in here in just a second, and I don't know if I will use my Wink Stella or if I will use my fine tip glue gun. And then I'm going to come down here in this little spot right here, and we're going to add a little bit of green on the boot part. Just a little bit. scribble it in like that. Smooth it on out. Okay, and there's the boots. I think it's pretty. I like it. Okay, now let me put some of this away. Okay, and then we'll get some glue dots, some dimensionals, and we'll add some dimensionals to the back of the boots. And I'm gonna add them. I'm gonna add 5. I probably do overkill on the dimensionals, but I don't like when they sag in the middle, and that'll happen. So we'll get all these off. Just like this. Okay. And then we're going to add that right about here, I think. Okay, there's that card. And then I think I will come back in and I'm going to add some shine to this. So let me get my Wink of Stella really quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and color in the boots. Make sure I have the clear and not the gold. Okay. Okay, this is, make sure it's the clear one and that it is clear. And then I'm just going to come back in and it's going to smooth out a lot of this again. Bring that in and just color. Oops. Kind of a lot came out, but that's okay. We'll just spread it around a little bit. And just like that. Okay. And that's how I'm going to leave this one. And that's the card for today. Simple one. I think I'll add a little bit of white in here. Let's see what we got. Okay, let me cut a little piece of white to go in there. And then we'll maybe add a sentiment in there. I'm just going to take this like a 5 by maybe a 4-inch piece, 4 1/4 inch piece, and we'll add that hopefully to the inside. It's still a little too big. And this is just scrap cardstock that I've had, and I think I'll take it to maybe 3 7/8. A little more. And then we'll add that to the inside. Just wanted to remind you all that the new annual catalog is going to be coming out here in June. I've already received my catalogs and I'm getting ready to send them out to my customers. If you would like a catalog, all you have to do is go to my online store and place an order, any size, and I will gladly send you a catalog. And if you're interested in getting the product at a discount, you can become a demonstrator and get $125 worth of product for $99, which is really a good deal. And then we're just going to add a Know You Really Are. We'll add the Know You Really Are to the inside of the card. It's just going to be small. And we're going to do that in the Melon Mambo, I think. Line this up straight. And let me find the Melon Mambo again. Got so much stuff on this desk. It's amazing how much stuff it takes to make one little card. One little card. Tons of stuff. And there. And then if you wanted to, you could add a little flourish down at the bottom. But I'm going to leave it like that. And anyway, here's our pink version of the card. And again, here's the blue version. And thank you for stopping in. And again, if you're interested in receiving a catalog, just place a small order on my online store and I will mail you a catalog. And please visit my blog at mountainmisters.com. I would love to see you, and if you would subscribe and give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that too. Until next time, happy stamping and have a good evening. Bye.